Casey White was actually just sentenced to life in prison for his escape. Let's get to that live press conference if we can. Let's take a listen.
She had the keys to the jail. She's a sweet, kind woman, but like I said before the judge, he didn't have the keys. He was in a cage. She had the keys. Some people may say that, you know, she had the keys to his freedom and he had the keys to her heart. Maybe they would. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But be that as it may, that's we all saw it. And like I said to the judge, I don't, you know, y'all try to figure it out. Something like this can happen, because she was a good, decent lady. And everybody we talked to in Lauderdale, everybody we talked to said she was kind and she tried to help a lot of people. So y'all figure it out. I'm not that smart. I tried to, you know, try to talk about sociology and psychology and the like, but I don't know. But we can't say a whole lot more than that, because we have another case set for August the 14th, and that's a capital murder case. So we got to be real careful about going from any further, because we've got a motion for change of venue filed in that case. And so any kind of publicity that you get can wash over on that case also. But that's where we're at. We're thankful that the felony murder case got dismissed. We're thankful that the sentence today is run concurrent with the 75 years that he was already sentenced to. So with that, I thank y'all all. I know y'all have all been diligent in your coverage of this. Sometimes y'all know more than we do. You know, so, but I do thank y'all so much for y'all's kindness and the way y'all have covered the case also. Thank you. Okay, see y'all later. Thank y'all.
Okay, I do want to bring in our criminal defense attorney and legal analyst, Jonna Spilborn, to help us break down these developments of today. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So what do you make of these breaking developments? Casey White just sentenced to life for re-escaping last year with the help of a female officer.
Yeah, no big surprise here. And frankly, to be honest, nobody's going to miss this guy, because he was facing felony murder charges in connection with this escape. It was kind of a horribly sad story, a love affair behind bars with Vicky White, who was a jailer, basically a correction officer, ended up killing herself after they escaped and were about to get caught. Very, very sad. So he escaped a murder charge, but he's going to do time for life. He's a bad dude. He's facing another potential murder charge in another jurisdiction that hasn't gone to trial yet from 2015. This guy's never going to see the light of day. And like I said, nobody's going to miss him.
You know, we're also hearing about the emotion in the courtroom today. Our Brian Enton was live tweeting this as it was happening, that Vicky's mother was there today, that she intended to speak but was too overcome with emotion to do so. Casey White making a statement saying that they were in love and that Vicky's only regret was hurting her family. This is something that we often see during sentencings. Any surprises for you there?
You know, I just am a little bit surprised about the whole dynamic, you know, and I guess his lawyer said it best, you can't really figure that part of it out. It is tragic. The ending is absolutely tragic, because she did not have to die. She took her own life. Very, very sad. And, you know, there are laws against that kind of relationship for a reason. We don't want to see more of it, that's for sure.
Yeah, how often do we hear about these illicit relationships between inmates and corrections officers, and certainly resulting in something like this?
You know, and in my field, I hear about it quite a lot. We've handled a few cases like that myself. It's often very, you know, you don't realize, because we're not inside the jailhouse 24/7. And it's strange. It's almost like a dynamic when you have a student that falls in love with a teacher, or a patient that falls in love with a doctor, or a client that falls in love with a lawyer. There's a dynamic there, a definite dynamic, and it can happen. It does happen, but there are laws on the books to prevent that from happening. It makes it a crime for a CO to have any sort of personal relationship with an inmate.
Well, and what you're talking about is an inherent imbalance of power that exists in that dynamic. Is that right?
Yes, and that probably contributes to whatever the excitement is that leads to that kind of relationship. And those relationships can be dangerous for obvious reasons.
If Vicky had survived, what sort of charges would she be facing?
Right, so she could have faced her own charges. Sometimes they're low-level charges like misdemeanors, depending on the type of relationship it is, but this went beyond that. This was assisting with the escape. So that definitely would have bought her own felony charges. I'm sure that entered into the equation when she decided, sadly, to take her own life.
Okay, Jonna Spilborg, continue to stand by for us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.